This is the office where I work as an assistant to the associate editor on Hypothyroidism Today, the third biggest autoimmune periodical on the eastern seaboard. This is me taking shit from my African-American boss. As you can see, I'm smiling as she insults me, but it's only because I'm embarrassed by the situation and more than a little afraid of the scary fucking bitch. This is the sesame-crusted salmon over sourdough with mustard greens and wasabi mayonnaise I like to have for lunch, just to prove I'm different from the herd. Most weekdays, these semi-literate cholo fucks meet me off the bus and walk behind me, hurling insults about my baggies or my old-school Pumas. Most weeknights, I tell my girlfriend I'm finishing up some work, but spend a couple of hours browsing the net for new stress-related diseases I think I might have. I'm not a bad person or anything, I'm just an ordinary guy in a bad situation. Doesn't everyone hate neighbors who exhibit a relentlessly cheery disposition?
Cheer up, Wesley. It might never happen, kiddo.
My name is Wesley Gibson, and my dad walked out on my mom when I was 18 weeks old. Did he look into my baby blues and realize that he'd just fathered one of the most insignificant assholes of the 21st century?
Get your asses back here, you little snots! Jesus! Didn't they warn you who you were up against here? Didn't they tell you what I'm capable of? I'm the scariest super fuck who ever walked the earth, assholes! Didn't they explain that you'd be sent to kill the killer?
Oh, Jesus. I think I'm going into shock.
Listen to me, son. If I wanted you dead, that bullet would have gone through your hypothalamus. But I wanted you alive, so I could show you something. Are you paying attention, little soldier?
This wasn't our idea, man. I swear. I don't even know who you are. You were just a name in an envelope.
Oh, really? And here I thought you boys were criminal fucking masterminds. Who sent you, dickwad? Who the fuck are you people?
Just the decoys, man. Just the motherfucking decoys.
What?
Can I have a sesame-crusted salmon over sourdough with mustard greens and wasabi mayonnaise, please, Jared?
2 seconds, man, 2 seconds.
Actually, you should cancel that order, Jared. Because my friend here ain't gonna have time to masticate over his sourdough this afternoon.
Excuse me?
Didn't you hear? You got the rest of the day off, Wesley. Me and you got an appointment this afternoon. And the professor don't like to be kept standing around.
Get your hands off me! How the hell do you know my name?
Wow. How uncharacteristically assertive, Wesley. You feeling brave with all these people around? You think the fox is scared of a goddamn security camera?
Jesus Christ!
Now get in the fucking car while I still got this little Miss Patient smile on my face, asshole. You and me got a motherfucking business appointment.
I can't believe you just did that. The cops are gonna be all over you for this. You're gonna go to jail.
Jesus, Wesley. Would you lighten up? I know you've been scared your entire life, but I've been sent here to tell you that those days are behind you, man. As long as one of us is wearing this pin or driving a car with these number plates, we can do whatever we want. You can shoot, kill, rape, or destroy anyone you like now, baby. Consequences are for the little people when you got a seat in the fraternity.
Oh, God. This is a nightmare. This is a fucking nightmare I'm having.
Only difference between a dream and a nightmare is how big your balls are, bitch.
Superheroes are no longer a concern, I'm happy to report.
Oh, Jesus. I think I'm gonna throw up.
What are you saying, boy? That you've never seen an old man cobbling time-traveling footwear? The name's Professor Solomon Seltzer, by the way, and it's my very great pleasure to meet you at last. I take it the Fox here has explained why we coerced you into this exciting little meeting?
Not really. She said it had something to do with my dad, but we never really got a chance to talk about it.
Oh, it's got everything to do with your late father, Wesley. He and I were tremendous friends, you know. Did you know he was my personal bodyguard?
Actually, Dad upped and left when I was only a baby. All I ever saw were pictures of him. And my mom told me he was an airline pilot.
To be fair, she was probably as much in the dark about his true profession as you were, Wesley. We take an oath when we joined the fraternity, so she won't have known a thing about the homes, the cars, or the $50 million in cash you're about to inherit.
Excuse me?
The killer's estate, my boy. It seems he was so racked with guilt about walking out on you all those years ago that he's left you every single penny that he ever earned.
You mean I'm a multimillionaire, just like that?
No, I'm afraid it's not that simple, Wesley. Your father left some very specific conditions with this inheritance, and I can't part with a cent unless you agree to comply.
What kind of conditions?
Well, it seems he wants us to compensate for all the effeminate affectations you've picked up over the years from your neurotic single mother. He wants us to employ you for 6 months, lick you into shape, and essentially teach you how to be a man, my boy. His dying wish was that, at the end of our time together, you'll be in rather more control of your life. Either that, of course, or you could go back to being bitched at by your African-American boss.
This is ridiculous. How can I be a supervillain? I've never even been in a fight, for God's sake.
But you're a natural, Wesley. Your talent for death is written all over your DNA. And that's why I want you as my own personal bodyguard.
But I've never even fired a gun.
It doesn't matter. It's in the blood, and you're going to prove it to yourself now by taking down these 6 flies who've been distracting me all morning.
Are you out of your mind?
Almost certainly. But that's neither here nor there, young man. Fox, could you persuade Mr. Gibson to do as he's told, please?
My pleasure, Professor.
What?
Shoot the wings off the fucking flies, Wesley.
Are you nuts? I'm not shooting any flies!
On the count of 3.
What?
1.
Jesus Christ!
2.
Fox, for God's sake.
3.
There. That wasn't so difficult, now was it?
What? Holy shit! What the fuck is this?
Isn't it obvious? The answer to all your problems, Wesley.
So, what's the verdict, boy? The professor gave you 24 hours to think about our offer, and you're already skating on hour 23. What's it gonna be?
I really want to do it, Fox. I want you to teach me how to say fuck you to people, just like everybody else does.
What do you mean, Wesley? You've got to be a little more specific here.
I want to be a supervillain, Fox. I want you to teach me how to be a bad guy.
You do, huh? Well, first lesson begins right now, little man. I want you to stand up, throw your papers in the air, and give a big almighty fuck you to all those asshole number crunchers around you.
You're kidding, right?
It's up to you, Mr. Gibson. A place in your daddy's super criminal fraternity? Or a lifetime sucking the cock of that fat lesbian boss you like so much? What's it gonna be?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't believe I'm actually doing this. Fuck you, you fucking assholes! I must be out of my mind. I must be out of my goddamn mind here.
What you talking about, bitch? They the ones eating shit 50 hours a week to pay their goddamn credit card bills. You about to make more in a day than they do in their motherfucking lifetimes.
Now, before anyone complains, I just want to stress that these innocent people were dead and buried long before I started pumping hot lead into their lifeless cadavers. The fox just thought I should get used to the sight of flesh splintering and bone flying before she moved me on to any live human targets.
That's the way, baby. Don't think of these people as lovable grandmas and grandpas no more. Just think of this as how's the motherfucking day or something.
I spend the mornings working out, and the afternoons getting worked over by the biggest bastard I've ever laid eyes on. Like me, you might be wondering what kind of training involves being tied to a chair and having your face rearranged, but it's all part of the plan, the fox assures me.
How else you gonna lose this faggoty fear of getting punched in the face, huh?
After 3 weeks, I've lost 4 teeth, fractured my jaw, broken 3 ribs, and personally killed 12,817 farm animals. Week 5, they finally take the handcuffs off.
Good morning, Wesley. You ready for your daily shit-kicking, short ass?
Fuck you, dick cheese!
Well, you definitely got your old man's knack for improvisation, Wesley. How you feeling over there? Sick, nauseous, racked with guilt over your first human kill?
How do I feel? Like I just fucked Marilyn Monroe without a condom. It's true what they say. After the first, it just gets easier and easier. In fact, it's a lot like eating Pringles in the sense that you're not even sure you can stop sometimes.
You've joined a secret fraternity of super criminals?
That's right, Lisa. My dad was a comic book supervillain, and when he got bumped off, I automatically got his place in this secret organization nobody knows about.
Oh, Jesus, Wesley. Oh, Jesus, H. Christ! Have you any idea how fucking low this is?
What?
I know, you've got major confrontation issues, but this is too much. Could you please just admit that you've met someone else and act like a man for a change?
But I haven't met somebody else. Okay, I'm getting sex lessons from a jewel thief who's teaching me how to fuck properly, but I'm not actually seeing anybody.
You're having sex with somebody else? You're actually admitting this?
Oh, please. Spare me the indignation, Lisa. Like you haven't been fucking my best friend for the last year and a half?
What?
It's okay. You don't have to lie anymore. I shot him in the face and dropped his body in a dumpster last night anyway.
Christ, Wesley, can't you see how delusional you're becoming? Can't you see you're in the middle of a nervous breakdown here?
No, I'm not. I'm having the opposite of a breakdown. I'm having a goddamn kickstart, Lisa. I've never felt better in my life.
You're really gonna throw it all away? Just like that?
Throw what away? We never really had anything. We just sat home watching television every night and fucked like old people once a month.
Wesley, you walk out that door and I swear to God, I'm gonna slit my wrists, you selfish bastard! I'm not kidding around here, I absolutely mean it!
Fuck you, Lisa.
What?
You heard me. Fuck you. I'm sorry, but it's really that simple.